Welcome back to the WODprep podcast. Good morning. Man, what a weekend. A lot of fitness. I can't decide if it was entertaining or not. I'm still working on it. Maybe we'll talk it out in the chat. What's up, chat? Hello. Avera coming in hot. Anyone enjoyed the hell out of WFP? Anyone drawn to incessant negativity and infatuation with defecation? I don't even know what that means. Did they talk about taking a shit? Good morning, Vic. Good morning, Kenneth. Good morning, Jody. All right. My favorite people are here. Yeah, sorry I was late. I was on a sales call. I opened up my calendar to like a 6 a.m., like 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. slots. And shit, they're full, which is good though. We're busy. Golly. In case you guys didn't know, we do actually sell shit. And we're really good at coaching CrossFit. So if you're tired of sucking at CrossFit, you want to learn muscle ups, or you want to learn toes to bar, or bar muscle ups, or handstand walks, or double unders, hell yeah, I closed 6 months, baby, in full. Yeah, that's what we do, right? So if you're looking for some help, WODprep is for sure the place to get that help. All right. Yeah. So hit me up, you guys. I know it's good backdrop. Well, what's up, Brayden? First day back with the kids. I assume that means school. My office is in complete shambles, so I'm still outside. I put it together for a minute over the weekend, maybe with Claire. I think I had it back together. Yeah. And then I had my fantasy draft on Sunday, and the Miami game was on. CrossFit, I hope you're here. You better show your ass up and give me my respect. And so I took my extra wide monitor out into the living room because I wanted to watch the game and do my draft, and I needed multiple screens to do it. So, Joanne, good morning. Terry, good morning. Joanne, I don't even know. I've never seen you in the chat. Welcome. Is that a flower pot? So yeah, what a good weekend. My draft crushed, in case anyone does fantasy here. Crushed. I'm super stoked for the season. And I think we're gonna have a good one. And then Miami beat Notre Dame. Go Convicts, fuck the Catholics. And yeah, what a great weekend, right? And then I guess there was some fitness that happened. I watched some of it. I'll be honest. All right, here, we'll pull up the leaderboard. Competition corner, WFP, like this. Nope. Here we go. Nope, that's the challenger. This one. No, that's the challenger. Tour stop to leaderboard. Here we go. Duke, that's enough. I'll be yelling at Duke. We're outside, which means he growls at everyone that walks by, and I mean literally everyone. So I apologize. Terry, hey, Avera, are those plates welded? No, I actually squatted the other day. I don't squat heavy very often anymore. That's like, I mean, heavy for me now. I don't know, 285. So, you know, I think I've done 285 for 20, and then I did it for 1, which I think I did it for 2. I don't know. Maybe it was just 1. I always feel like I'm going to hurt myself now for some other reason because I never squat heavy anymore. I don't know. You know, you just sort of take like what it gives you, and you try not to think about like where you were It's frustrating though sometimes. Anyways, no, I added extra weight. No, it looks like a lot. It's only 285. Like those are small plates. All right, that's funny. Chat's funny today. What am I doing? Here we go. I can make it to where we got to make it. There we go. This one, perfect. All right. So in order, Roman, James, Pat, Dallin, Ricky, Jay, Annual Kai, Jason Hopper, ouch, Austin, Tudor, Colton, Medeiros, Farlow, Quant, Chandler, Gee, Yella, Noah, Travis, Nick, Ty, Luca, ouch, Victor, ouch, BK, ouch, Colin, Miko, I don't even know who these people are, Yona, yikes, Danny got last place in like every event, didn't he? Yeah, he's not very good. So what's up, Lido? Cam Gray, 195 pounds. That's like old school CrossFit stuff. He has a really interesting page. He's like long and lanky, but he's pretty strong. He's pretty outspoken. But anyways, all right. That's the men. We'll come back. I just want to see. I didn't even watch the last day. Laura wins in pretty, not really deciding fashion. Top 3 or 5 in every event except Pro 2, where she got basically last, which is the handstand push-up event, obviously. Oh, yeah, that's right. Victor pulled out. He got hurt. Yeah. There was like, man, I felt like Dents and Hiller and Spin were on a like a mission this weekend. It's like I felt like every time I pulled up social media, it was a like just something bad. But yeah, I mean, all right. So Laura, Emma, European podium, Amy, amazing work, big separation, really just Emma and Laura, and then about 70 points. Brooke, impressive. Lucy, Ariel, Emma, Sydney, Annika. Oh, Sydney top 10, good for her. Annika, Daniel, Brandon, Andrea Solberg, Kyra, Hannah Black. This is interesting. Would have thought, well, Hannah Black must not be able to do handstand push-ups, but I bet she did better in the back half of the weekend. Oh, not really. Olivia. What did she get 23rd in? Olivia must have had this is weird. Olivia got 23rd. Oh, 11th. Oh, man on Anganes. I thought she got 23rd there. I was like, what? That can't be right. So yeah, so I mean, I'm not gonna come here and bash it. I will say there's just this unique requirement when you write programming, and you have to think you got to think about the entertainment factor. And I'll be honest, the workouts just weren't that entertaining this year. The last workout was, which I didn't even watch, but that workout looks fun. There's a lot of like, oh, they're gonna fail, is it a good race, etc. But none of the other ones, everything was a blowout, right? Like the races weren't super good. I think the sentiment of like the machines overran the competition this week is very true. Very true, more so than usual. I think there's definitely a point of this, like, are machines becoming too much of a factor and influence because they biased an athlete so much without skill or real fitness. I think there's definitely a conversation to be had at that point. Um, so I think it's an interesting one, but overall, it wasn't super entertaining for me. Even like I watched it all on replay. There's no way I was going to watch the entire thing. I don't fucking care about the challenger division or the teams. I only fast forward and watched that, and then my weekend was also super busy. But Avera, it's sad when I come into a comment. Hey, I'm the YouTube's, and I'm not trying to hop on the bandwagon of it, right? I think high level competition is always fun to watch in general, which it was fine, right? I just don't think there was a lot of competition in the sense. And it seems like there were a lot of very preventable mistakes, i.e., similar to NorCal. And so high level competition is fun, but there is a sentiment and there's a piece that comes with that where you have to write fun workouts. Is my computer charging? Yes. That you have to write fun workouts, and that's really, really important. And so a good test is important, but an entertaining test is also, if not more important, especially in something like the WFP, where the only thing that you're concerned about in testing is, or you're concerned about, is virality and popularity and momentum to try to grow the sport, right? So, but for athletes by athletes means that it's probably never going to be old school difficulty where it's like, fuck, I'm going to get my ass handed to me this weekend. And so that's a really unique place to sit in between, when you're writing a program, right? Like that's a really hard spot to be in for Will, that I don't know if he's ready to or capable of filling that void, right? Because they're not finding the fittest on earth, which is okay. That's okay. It doesn't need to be. You're still trying to find a fit person, and the winner, like, the whatever fitness UFO. Why does Hitler call it the UFL? Is that what they call it? Um, uh, and so entertaining needs to be at the top, like at the forefront. And I just don't know if this weekend was. Indy was more entertaining for sure, just from an event perspective, how the races played out, the storyline, etc. And they really tried to push the race for Copenhagen, but unfortunately, with their points style, there's no race. There's no good races, right? You're looking at like one spot, and that really, like, that stinks. And that's just a byproduct of maybe not having enough time in the point system. And so it is hopefully something that they plan to work on and fix, etc. But yeah, wasn't it double points last year? And that's why everyone got fucked, right? It's not double points. Pro 6. It's the same points. Or last, yeah, it's the same. It's not double. Come here, Duke. Come here, buddy. I don't think it's double points, Vicky. It doesn't look like it. It says 90 here. Duke, hey, come here. Anyways, Laura looked good. Obviously she's terrible at handstand push-ups, and 100 of them, it is what it is. It doesn't say double points, guys. It says 92 points right here. Right here, see? Oh, last stop. Oh, got it. Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't understand. It makes it to where, like, basically your top 5. It's going to be almost impossible for James Sprague to like not win because he got second twice and everyone else was really jostled. Got it. Okay, I understand. Who would have guessed that Laura ended up more emotional than Daniel Brandon? I didn't see where. If you give me a timestamp, we'll pull it up. For sure. Yeah, for sure. I hate this, right? Lido, Danny Camacho going to Copenhagen. I think there should only be like, I don't know. There should be less pro cards and everyone should have to earn. There's so much money on the line, right? And they need to this is what needs to happen. They need to open it up to 40 and basically they need to open up the first two stops to 40 and then the top 30, because there's going to be 3 tour stops next year, right? Like if there's 3, everyone competes in the pro division. There's no challenger division. That's dumb because there's impossible to make challenger to pro. So everyone that qualifies goes to the pro. Okay. They all go in the pro. The points are adjusted accordingly there. And then the top 30 after the 2 or 3 events for the year go to wherever the fuck it is, Copenhagen. And then they compete because, and it's not double points, right? Like you just go there and it's whoever wins. Right. For sure. And so I just don't think there needs to be, I mean, I guess there can still be, Avera says pro cards were given out next year. They'll have earned it. I get it. So I'm trying to think of the point system and why double points would be valuable. The problem is like, say Laura wins all 3 events next year, unless someone gets third in all of them and she bombs, they make the last one double points so that there's a race for first no matter what to win the whole thing, which I guess is fine as I'm like talking it out. I think that's not a bad thing. Um, right. Yeah, exactly. So Jen Muir, where did she finish? But I don't think she finished pretty low, right? She didn't compete in pro. Oh, she did 17th, winning and 17th, didn't qualify. She for sure should qualify, right? So I'm just going to talk out the double points thing. So if the third and the final event was worth the same amount of points, there would be a really good chance that only a few people would be in contention to win. And so double points allows basically everyone in the top 10 to still be in contention to win, and it's to keep the race alive, which I guess is fine for entertainment factor and value to, like, if you truly care who like wins the whole season. Right. So I mean, it makes sense in that aspect. I don't think that's a bad thing. Again, I'm processing this all in my head, like at this moment. Jacob. Oh yeah. WFP. Come on. The age group games were fine. They weren't that bad. All right. I mean, they certainly weren't this, right? But again, you have to think about how you write a workout for a 35-year-old, and a 70-year-old. That shit's hard as fuck. That's so challenging. Avera, I hear you. We could talk about CrossFit HQ. Dude, we fucking talk about the way CrossFit HQ shits the bed all the time, right? They just currently, and in this moment in time, in the past 1 year, they have shit the bed a lot less, right? They have. Media's done well. Decisions look good. Open was really good. Semifinals was relatively flawless. Each individual, like the system worked pretty well. And the games was really good, right? But we fucking, to our, I don't know, demise, We talked a lot of shit about it from 2020 or 2019 to 2024. Anyways, so a point system I think is there. I think it. I don't know if it makes sense, but it makes the most sense if it was the same amount of points. There wouldn't be a race in Copenhagen. Sean, it's not as easy to run. I think anyone who fucking thinks it's easy to run an event that big on a fucking basically a bootstrap budget is insane. Like, think about the NFL, and I know that's like a crazy comparison, or college football team or whatever, right? Sorry. Think about how much it costs, right, to run whatever it is. We watch football and we love it. Go Canes. And we see this camera on the field, right? That camera alone costs a couple $1,000,000. Okay. Just the camera costs more than it costs to put an entire team of production trucks at the CrossFit Games. Okay. All right. Stop arguing in the chat. So like it takes a lot to put on a good production. Yeah. I mean, some people think Jonathan. So, hey buddy, who says running the games is easy? I think some people assume that a lot of things should be way better based on the money that they have. But you have to remember that even with the money that they're using, they have hundreds of people working for free. Hundreds of people working for free. And it still isn't profitable. Like just always remember that, right? So something to always consider. Okay, let's talk about the actual event. I'm gonna go to nope. Let's go to World Fitness Project. The race, season overview, tour stop 2 leaderboard, tour schedule, season leaderboard. Here we go. All right. So, they haven't adjusted it yet. Come on. 2 days. That shit should be adjusted immediately. James Briggs is clearly going to be in the lead, followed by Dallin, and then probably by Austin. And he's going to be in the lead by like a couple 100 points. And so if this was the same points, right? Because 1st through 10th only have a 100-point difference. So basically, James is going to have like 970 points. And so, Leo, this is exactly what it is. Right. I think the assumption when WFP started is we can design a better season and we can do it better. Yeah, for sure. But everyone's this critical of the games. This certainly isn't. We're not. The only reason why it feels like it's more critical is because Hiller and Jenny and Spin are, hey, come here, up, come on, inside. Don't growl. Just come here. Hey, come here. Stop, sit, stay, stop. You're okay. Sorry. Yeah, the broadcast is great. So Duke, it's okay. Sorry, doggies are walking by. Duke, hey, come here. Get up here. Hey, come on. Come here. Get inside. Sorry. So it's I don't think we're any more critical of the CrossFit season. I think just where we are right now, the people that talk the most and the people that all of you like listen to and the media that you consume just prefers CrossFit over WFP, and so it's going to lean a certain way, right? I mean, I want CrossFit to succeed, and I want WFP to succeed as long as it doesn't try to interfere with CrossFit as a methodology, the game season, etc. And it doesn't look like that's the case. Thus, I don't know if I can be supportive of something that's trying to actively compete, not be in content or not be in support with or like in addition to the CrossFit season, right? So I don't think that's something that I can truly support if that's the case, right? The crowd at an average football game oh yeah, for sure, right? And I'm not saying that like they should be compared, but I just want everyone to always understand that like what the CrossFit Games does is insane on the budget that they do, right? With the professionalism that they run it with. Is exclusivity coming in 2026? Dude, if it is, it's going to be, what just happened to my screen? That was weird. If exclusivity is coming, then there's going to be a crazy divide. Some people will choose money, but it's not going to be everyone that you want to see. I don't think it is, right? And because WFP is only like leveraging a name and the fact that you want to watch famous people compete, not that you want to see who the fittest on earth is. And those are two different things, right? The CrossFit game crowns the fittest on earth through an entire season. WFP is just trying to entertain watchers with professional level fitness. And dude, come here, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get inside. Okay. And I think even if they offer, lay down. Thank you. Even if they offer big contracts, I just don't see how they're ever going to recoup their money in any capacity whatsoever. Right? Like they're never going to get enough watchers. Right? What does exclusivity mean? So exclusivity is like they would have to choose WFP and not do the CrossFit season, basically, which is weird because, like, I mean, I guess they're signed athletes, very much like Live Golf. So, yeah, so more, but it would be more. They would not do more. So, I mean, Laura would for sure sign. Jeff might sign, but I mean, it would pull people away from the games. But then none of the problem isn't so much that people would leave the games, it's that people won't do WFP. Like there will be people that don't. Like I don't think James, Jason, or Dallin would do it, right? Avera, competition is good for growth. Sure, I think it is, right? But the problem is like so the CrossFit will make the game season better. What needs to be better, right? From like the structure it is right now. What needs to be better in the CrossFit season? Right? That's what I don't that's what I'm not like digesting. Like what needs to change in the CrossFit season? Like what needs to be better? Because they already lose money. We know that that's the fact, right? So like how do they yeah, but again, so George, just a great comment. I'm going to talk about this in a second. So like Avera, what needs to be better in the cross? Like what is CrossFit going to do? Pay them more money that isn't happening? Like that's not coming out, right? You know, like they like I just don't know like what needs to be better in the sense of the competition. And do not go back out there. Help me, please, or you're going to go back inside. Thank you. I talk to my dog like he's a child. Um, I don't know. I don't see like how CrossFit has never done well to a threat, by the way, like in the sense of changing. So I don't think anything changes in general. All right, George's comment. I think WFP will pay higher guarantees to the athletes that they really want. Hard to turn down, guaranteed 100 grand. I guess, I mean, so the maybe. I mean, money it's hard to turn down money in front of your face. But a lot of these athletes do have other sources of income, and like there is still probably a little bit of a moral high ground somewhere. I don't know. If it does, like it's going to dilute both of the events, right? So if they do exclusivity, it's going to dilute the games roster a little bit or a lot, right? And it's gonna be a diluted roster for WFP because it's not going to be everybody, right? And then so does anyone win in that situation? You know what I mean? Very is fired up this morning. I don't know. I mean, I think it always obviously has like room to be better. I'd like it to be outside. I think the season structure itself is pretty nice right now. I like the season structure. Regionals was better, but uh, you know, but again, like you just have to be realistic with like making money. And WFP is for sure not making a dollar. They won't make money at Copenhagen, um, and they sure didn't make any money at Indianapolis or Arizona. I think Copenhagen will have a lot more people. There's no doubt. Predictions on WFP. It'll probably be 10, like anywhere from 5 to 10 times the size. Okay. So assuming they put 5,000 people in a venue, which is possible, maybe even 6,000. Okay. I don't think there's anything really that big. We'll just say 5,000. They sell out, I don't know, $200 tickets, right? So what is that? $1 million. They make $1 million in ticket sales. And that probably doesn't even cover the travel that they had to pay for all the athletes to come. Right? Like this is the problem is with CrossFit, because people don't watch in person, no matter what, people just don't really like to watch it. You have to sell sponsorships online. Okay. They have Adidas, which we heard Adidas only gave apparel. They didn't put any money in. Right. And so you need huge sponsorships in the millions to do that. You're not going to make any money on ticket sales. It would for sure be just the CrossFit Games season. No way they would prevent Wadapalooza and Rogue. But so back to this. Even if there's 5,000 people there and it looks like the CrossFit Games, or 8,000 or even 10,000, whatever it is, okay, right? And they make a couple $1 million on that. That won't even cover just the salaries that they paid out for the year. Okay. So that means that they need big sponsorships. And the problem is that if they make it exclusive, that the only time, like one, there's going to be a big fallout. Like people, like we have fans, but we don't really have like fans of like Saquon Barkley or LeBron James, where they just love the player as much as they love the team. Everyone just loves the sport, right? Like, sure, you like Jason or you like Brooke or you like Laura or Tia or Austin or whatever, but it is it's not so like you like the sport in the aspect of it itself, right? And so if there's a huge divide in this sense, then like, I mean, you're not just there's no return on investment that I see for something like that. Yeah, sure. I like Colton. Colton's a unique example, right? But why? We like Colton because he's still like the most like grassroots version of a CrossFit athlete that we have in the space, right? He's real, he works, he's the closest version to us and normal people as possible, right? He's also not afraid to like actually get on and have conversations with people that aren't athletes, right? He doesn't try to make a vlog of how cool his life is and blah blah blah, right? He just is what he is. Sure, said that CrossFit should eliminate cash prizes. I mean, right. I mean, you got to have it. You got to have cash prizes though. Uh, you got to have cash prizes because then you're not going to get people to actually try hard. Like it'll just you have to have some form of cash prize. Um, and so, um, so I agree that sounds good, and I think the title is more important than 100 grand or something like that. No, it's okay. Um, Heidi, yes, I lied to everyone else. I did. You caught me. Heidi, I feel like we haven't talked in a long time. The group, we haven't chatted in forever. I miss you making fun of me on a regular basis and making me feel insecure. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just I just don't see it. I truly think if they create exclusivity, it dilutes the product on both sides, and it's worse for the space in general. I don't think it benefits WFP because not everyone is going to come over, and I think there'll be quite a few people at the top of the competition aspect that don't go exclusive with WFP. And I do think there are people at the top that will go exclusive, and the games will be a little less star filled, but people will still watch the games because it's the CrossFit games. Dave has already said they would never create exclusivity. Because you can't, right? It's like the US. It's an open source competition, so you can't ever create exclusivity, right? That like would defeat the purpose of the games, right? You could only do that if they were professional athletes. So because WFP pays them, they can do that, but CrossFit would never be able to be able to do that. Please, Heidi. I need a little bit of reining in every now and then. So swing on by 7 a.m. every Tuesday and Friday. I'm petting Duke right next to me, and he's so excited that he's shedding a ton, which is crazy, buddy. No, not my shoe. Ah. Anywho. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think Byron says the entire CrossFit Games season is more fun to watch and follow. It's incredibly difficult, earns fans along the way. And I agree, right? We used to have a better, like CrossFit used to do a better job of like following those storylines. And I think they tried this year and it was definitely a lot better. Uh, yeah. And I mean, and I'm not trying to, I want to most Tuesdays and Fridays. That's right. I almost didn't today. I'm studying for my L3 tomorrow. And so I was like up till like 1, and I had, if I didn't have that, sales call this morning, I probably would have missed it. Yeah, George, the only way CrossFit can combat, right? And I don't think the problem is CrossFit doesn't give a shit about that, right? They care so little about giving the athletes money. They care so little about giving the athletes money that I don't even think they don't like. It's just never going to be a thing. That stop. Sorry, this one of my neighbors drives by, and her dogs just like sit out the Jeep and they just lose their shit. And Duke just went to chase them, had to grab him by his tail. Sorry, buddy. Hey, stay in here. Yes, he was going. Um, anyways, I don't think CrossFit gives a shit, right? Like they don't care to pay the athletes. They pay the athletes because, like I think they feel that it's generally fair, but they don't care about trying to compete with WFP, right? Like I don't think that's in their mind at all. They will never try to financially raise the bar to compete with, WFP. So anyways, thank you, Jody. Overall, it's generally entertaining. I wish the leaderboard was the tour stop leaderboard was updated. That would be nice. I can't even. Oh, manipulate. Yeah. So which kind of stinks? Does spin have like the leader? I feel like barbell spin would have the leaderboard updated if he had one. No. Anywho. Yeah, it is it wasn't super exciting to me for the weekend, right? And I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to be like there. A lot of people pulled out, and that's for sure not a byproduct of WFP. That's a byproduct of it being in fucking early September after the games and people still being beat to shit, right? Like that's just it. Even though, like Victor pulled out, Maddie Sturt pulled out on a run with back pain, so clearly she was struggling coming into competition. Who else pulled out? I feel like someone else did. Alexis didn't make it. Alexis pulled out. Most likely, I'm assuming back issues. Jamie Simmons pulled out. Maddie Sturt. I'll share this tab. So 3, assuming all back pain. Maybe not. And again, so they pull out. They. I think them pulling out of a competition that they're already paid for is a testament to how they feel about the competition, right? Like Haley hasn't gone to either one, and she's a signed athlete, right? So that's a really interesting thing. So she probably won't be. She isn't worried about being a signed athlete next year, right? And so this is interesting. Here we go. Here's a thought. So we talked about exclusivity and whatever. So 20 get a pro card. I assume 20 will get a pro card next year. What if someone in the top 20 doesn't sign the pro card deal? What do? Do they backfill it? And then do they pay that person the same amount? Right? So yes, the top 20 are going to get their pro card for next year. But if they have to be exclusive, there's no way that the whole top 20 is going to accept that deal. That's the problem. And WFP will for sure walk it back because it will be a large amount. Like I think it could be anywhere from 30 to 40% of the 20 athletes on each side that don't want to be exclusive. Okay, don't want to be exclusive, upwards of 50 to 60% that will not be exclusive, I think 30%. So I think we're looking at 5 to 7 people on each side in the top 20 that refuse to be exclusive in that capacity. And so then what does it go down to? The 25th, 26th, 27th athlete, right? And I think they're going to really, really come into a situation that's going to go really bad for them. Right. Or they're going to get people that want to be exclusive, but the money isn't high enough and they're going to keep asking for more and more. And they're going to hold out like a contract, like fucking Micah Parsons or, I guess he didn't hold out. That was Jerry's dumb doing. I don't know. Whoever else is holding out for contract stuff. And guys, I just thought the background, I thought it just sat nice. I just didn't empty the bar the other day. It's going to be, I think it's going to get really messy for the WFP in regards to these contracts, especially if there's exclusivity, because not everyone's going to sign. And then what are they going to do? Just give it to the next person down? That's going to look shitty. So it's not the top 20, right? It's basically just anyone who competed at all three, right? Like if you made it to there and you just competed, then you're going to get it, right? Like there's no way Roman is going to do that. I can't see him doing that, right? I don't think James would. I think Pat would. This is such a WFP has so much money to throw in. Why not just buy CrossFit? Yeah. I don't think they have that much money. I mean, I think they're very wealthy, right? I don't think they're billionaires. I mean, I think they're probably very wealthy, but I mean, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars versus what is assumed to be like a 15 million, like the rumor is like what this $15 million nest egg, which I think they're going to burn through. I just don't see where they're going to make their money back. I don't even see where they're going to break even, let alone become exceptionally profitable. I think the only way that WFP becomes profitable is if they get like a TV deal, like a Netflix series. And then someone has been filming the drama behind the scenes and they go exclusive and there's like this big thing, like a, whatever, like a Drive to Survive or some shit like that. Right. The problem is CrossFit's just not that exciting. CrossFit just isn't that exciting overall. I don't know. I don't know. If you're taking multiple vacations during your initial year, you got the bank. I mean, I for sure think they have the bank, but hundreds of millions of dollars is a world. Like if someone's like, okay, all right, you can buy this $15,000 piece of land versus this $200,000 piece of land. I mean, those are, and so I don't, Avera, CJ CrossFit will never get 100. Yes, they will. They're selling it for $200 million. Like that's the sale, and they will for sure get it. I mean, CrossFit makes, I mean, with affiliate fees, education, I mean, it makes like 50 or 60 million. I mean, it makes a lot of money. Like a lot of money comes into CrossFit. I mean, heard what was 50. I don't think WFP have access to more than enough of money to round up. I doubt it. I mean, they probably do, but obviously they don't want to do that. You heard what was 50, Kenneth? $50 million to start a competition league would be crazy if that's what you're referring to. Negotiating behind the scenes with agents on amounts. I mean, maybe. Yeah, maybe. No, it's CrossFit sold for 200 million. 50 million would be crazy. You would make your money back in 1 year. It's definitely not $50 million. If it was $50 million, like I think Rich would have it like an outside chance to buy it. I think he's worth close to that. I think they're still in the like what they paid for it range. It still makes a lot of money, right? I mean, like ton of money comes in. $4,500, 10,000 affiliates is $45 million alone, just in that, just in affiliate fees, right? They still do L1s every weekend. There's still hundreds of people doing L1s every weekend, and L2s, etc., paying for judges course, signing up for the Open. I mean, I still think they're probably bringing in 60 or 70 million dollars a year. I mean, they spend a lot, obviously, but I still think their gross revenue is pretty high. But maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, who knows? And sponsorships, big ones, right? Anyways, yeah, and again, that's for sure the problem, right? You know, they spent so much money on everything. They lost so much money on the games. But anyways, all right. So yeah, WFP's is the growth. I just don't think they're going to get that kind of viewership. I just don't think they're going to get that kind of viewership and virality. People don't like fitness racing that much, right? They want the storyline. They want CrossFit because they love it. You know, it just will never be a viewership based sport like football, right? It will for us, like us as psychos, we love it. But yeah, so um, hmm. Yeah, interesting. Anyways, I certainly think that the weekend was something. Um, again, I wasn't like wildly entertained. I think WFP has a large mountain to climb to gain a foothold. I think exclusivity is extremely risky for them to dilute their product, assuming, you know, like 40 people, they pay them a bunch of money to like be a part of the events and things, and then they're going to pay them this salary. I mean, if they gave all 40 100 grand, I mean, you know, it's $4 million, right? So just out the door in salary alone, not execution and things. Good morning, Jenny. So I don't know. It doesn't seem likely to me. I think that's um, I think that's them digging their own grave. I don't think they have enough guaranteed viewership, money, sponsors coming in to make that happen. But who knows? I don't know business worth shit. I help run a company that doesn't make hundreds of millions of dollars. So, yeah. Anyways, Avera, Duke, WP is trying to compete with the one aspect of CrossFit it is a losing proposition financially. Competition. Rogue's willing to lose money to make. Right. Yeah. Rogue is also like $1 billion company, right? Like Rogue is huge, way bigger than CrossFit, right? Way bigger than CrossFit. Would everyone just wake up? Clydesdale, what's up? Aaron, what's up? Thanks for joining, guys. Like Rogue is so big, right? So big, you know, and I mean they just put it under their marketing budget, right? To like do the Rogue Invitational. I mean, it's literally a write-off. So it's a totally different world, right? Um, so anyways, yeah, overall, like I said, I didn't think the races were that good. No, I'm sitting on a bench. I'm sitting on a bench. That's why I'm rocking back and forth. I had my knees up. I don't think Brute is pushing Hyrox, are they? If they are, They're fucking shame on them. So the Hyrox thing, it's an event. Did Brute drop a Hyrox program? Whatever. They drop a Hyrox program and they sell quote unquote one-on-one coaching for fucking $200 a month. Forget them. They frustrate me. They're successful and I like the athletes. And I think L is a good dude. I think Matt's a good dude. But just remember they didn't start it, right? Brute was well in drive and functioning and being successful prior to them coming into the program. Anyways, we're going to move on. I don't want to talk shit about it. I think anyone that is shifting to Hyrox, right, is besides Proven. I don't think Proven counts. HWPO is very much focused on their mission. I know everyone hates it. No, Avera, and I'll answer your question in a second, Avera. It can't be in here, and I'll tell you in a second why. Proven got James Kelly, who is arguably like the biggest name in Hyrox, or one of the biggest names in Hyrox. And they're creating an entire division and part of their identity into Hyrox. HWPO has been very open that they want to offer as many fitness opportunities for people in different aspects, and they're not compared or concerned or worried about the competitive CrossFit space. He never was. He never wanted to be in it. Mal broke his mindset when she came over, and then they tried to go in it, and clearly it didn't work. Okay. And so they just want a broad expression of assets, right? Brute, in my opinion, because they don't even do a template. Like, they don't really have a template track. They do, but they don't push it. Brute's just trying to hop on the train. That doesn't sound like a good business decision. Then it's going to dilute the product. We're not going to do it. We talked about it, and we've gone back and forth, and we decided that we're going to stick to our guns, and we're going to coach athletes to get better at the sport of CrossFit, teach them gymnastic skills, help them go from scale to RX, and we're going to hold true to it and not run with a fad. Okay. And so, Avera, if Hyrox is just an event and successful, couldn't WFP be just an event and successful? Hyrox is only successful by participation volume, not virality of viewership, fanship, entertainment, whatever. They are only successful because a lot of people do it, not because a lot of people care who wins or watches it or anything of that nature. These are two different things. So it's like 5Ks, right? 5Ks are successful and running clubs are successful because a lot of people do it, not because anyone wants to see the best runner in Pensacola. And that's different. So it's not a sport because it's not a watching, right? A sport is entertainment value. There is no entertainment, very little entertainment in Hyrox. I actually like watching it, right? But again, we're all weirdos. So it is different. Hyrox is only six. There's no sponsors in it. There's no money for the winner, right? And so I'm not even saying that like Hyrox is a CrossFit workout or whatever. I don't care. I don't care about that. We're just talking about the success of the company, right? And it's only successful because people want to do it, and they want to check that box that they've done a Hyrox. It's a very, very low barrier of entry, Anyone can do it. There's easy versions, there's team versions. And so their success is purely based on people doing the event, which means eventually all the CrossFitters that came in are going to get bored and they're going to go do something else like they do all the time. But Hyrox will stay successful from the runners community, not the CrossFitters community. Even though it was grown out of CrossFit, the runners, because the runners have just been running their entire fucking life, will easily stay with a Hyrox training, right? But people will for sure get bored, right? From a volume perspective, like at least all the CrossFitters that came in, they'll do it, they'll stop getting better, they'll get their 75-minute goal, and then they'll get like 72 minutes, and then they'll get like 74. And so, which is fine, right? But it's not the same if we're going to compare WFP in that, because WFP has to be successful to get me and you and hopefully 39 plus 999,961 more people to watch an event, right? Because they're paying athletes to come in, right? The teams pay the money or whatever. And it's so Hyrox will be around, right? But it'll be around because like people like doing it as like a fun challenge with their friends, right? So anyways, those are I think there's two different things, right? Which is fine, right? I think Hyrox is great. I love like hopping in the Hyrox programming at the gym. Like when I'm there, like it ends up starting right when I drop Bennett off. So like I end up doing that a little more than I do class right now, like the CrossFit class. But it's fun. It feels good. Like I can just hop right in and get a long, sweaty fucking workout. And I think it's totally cool. Right. But its success is just by participation. That's it. Right. Okay. Jeremy, what's that? 285. I think that's my lifetime overhead squat PR. I overhead squatted 135 for like 3 sets of 10. Yesterday in a old sectionals workout. My shoulders feel like they're gonna explode. But I haven't overhead squatted in like 6 months. CJ, once I'm done talking, yeah, let's move on. We're at 10 minutes. I gotta pop off at 8:15. I gotta study all day. Dude, isn't it like I think it's like a 4:17 mile, right? Beer mile world record. 4:27. Oh yeah. He did it recently, right? Yeah. It's like a couple months ago. Dude, crazy. Like absolutely insane. Dude, guys, if you don't 4:30 mile bonkers already, right? But if to do that with an extra 50 ounces of liquid in your stomach is crazy. They also have to open the beer, right? Ow. Jesus, what is this? Okay. Whew. Sorry about that. I had like I don't know. I don't know what that was. A hair maybe itching me. So they have to open the beer, chug it inside of this like 20-foot lane. Holy shit, Aaron. 442 is fucking fast. Dude, that's really fast. Which takes about 10 seconds. Okay. And then they have to run. And like when the clock starts, you can walk within this range, but you have to finish it before the time. And yeah, it's crazy. That's why I'm not strong. Dude, that's really fast. Holy shit. That makes a lot more sense. All right. All right, let's talk about literally anything else than WFP and CrossFit. So we were at the Masters games, obviously. And we did it was really fun, right? You guys hopefully you saw all the podcasts, and Thank you for watching. And the momentum on the back of the game. So we've never done a booth before, but the momentum for our company on the back of the games is like diabolical. It's been amazing. We've done so many onboarding calls for our WODprep Academy. So in case you guys are interested, WODprep Academy is like our school that teaches you all the skill courses, and you get a full coaching call with me or Ben when you join. Um, and you get weekly live coaching, office hours, and then monthly seminars and coaching all the time. So if you guys are looking to really up your CrossFit, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Or if you're on our email list, you for sure have gotten an email recently to join, and you'll hop on an hour-long call with me to talk about your goals and how to use the app, etc. So you either hop on a call with me or Ben, and so with full transparency, no one else does anything close to the high touch points in the coaching that we do. There, it's very few people that get to talk to HWPO's head coach or owner, etc. So something to think about. Dude, how about them Canes? No one was on the call to start the morning, but I talked about them. Dude, what a game. Is being coached by CJ available? It is. I am a one-on-one coach. So always available. Yes. So if you're interested, hit me up on Instagram or cj@wodprep.com. So Jeremy, are you hiring? I'm the number one half black expert in the space. Hey, come here. I don't think that's true. I feel like we have the number one half black expert in the space with Lando. He's like black and Hispanic. Does that count as half black? I don't know. I don't know what counts as half black. Anyways, and Jeremy, I very much think that you're good, but I think Orlando's better. He's amazing. That's why I hired him years ago. My IG handle is Renata. We've talked online. The Movement Doctor. Yeah, for sure. I would take Lando. I just because I would take him over me, and I have the self confidence of a peanut. But that's why I hired him. He's a great coach. He's fucking a genius. Just an introvert. Want to hire a short Puerto Rican. Vicky, no, I don't think. I think we've hit our DEI. We have a gay coach. We have a black coach. We have some females. I think we're good. Just kidding. Totally kidding. But we have the best coaching team. I love my coaching team. I hope it soon that we can get into a position where we need to hire a new coach. We're not there yet. Just because rosters aren't full. But based on the games, man, we're doing it's great. I can't even. It's amazing. It's great being busy. It's great being busy. On Thursday and Friday, I started supporting Ben in the onboarding calls. He was doing all of them, and I started taking over. I had 18 meetings in 2 days. It was crazy. 18, whether sales calls or onboarding calls or team meetings. It was nuts. So yeah, it was crazy. Anyways, George, Gucci is coming back into town at the end of the month to compete at Crash. We're going to train for a couple weeks and then go to Crash. So she got invited. Thank you, JR. And so she'll be competing, and we'll be up in South Carolina, in whatever, Charlottesville or wherever it's at. So, yep, I'll be there. So, Tristan, sorry, man. But 1 year anniversary. Is Hattie competing? Congratulations, buddy. Congrats. Taylor's it's so funny. I don't think Taylor's actually mean at all. Like even a little bit. They were talking about something. I don't know. Maybe it was on Kill Taylor. No. I don't know they were talking about. But he said it's all a bit. And I'm beginning to think that his entire online personality is not real. Personally. That it's all entertainment bias. That Savon was like, "Hey, I need you to be this person." Jenny would know if Jenny's watching. She obviously sees Taylor behind the scenes a lot more. I don't know. I mean, I like him. I think they're. I think it's okay to have like an online thing and do what it is. He is different in person. But I don't know if he just like, like it's just interesting, right? Like that whole situation is interesting. Yeah. But anyways, I don't think I'm a fan of everything about the online bit, but he loves CrossFit. And so yeah, paid actor. Yeah, exactly how I feel. Paid actor, exactly, Jeremy. Anyways. Yeah, we'll be at Crash. Also go to Iron Games if anyone's looking to do a little competing. Denver, Colorado area, first weekend, 1 month, 4 weeks from this weekend, I guess. Yeah. Right. 4 weeks from Saturday. Still got a couple spots left in the RX male, I think. Avera. Avera, you're definitely in the minority. Oh man. That's so Oh man. Uh aggressive. Aggressive, Sean. That was funny. Sorry guys. Sean just sent me a message. Anyways, let's see what else. Hmm. I don't know. I think that's it. I won't try to stretch it out too long. Wish me luck. It is so. Wish me luck. L3 tomorrow, 10 a.m. If I don't pass, I won't remind you guys. I only studied for a couple of days for it, so hopefully we'll just make it happen. I don't have to go find an L2 to get there. So I haven't taken a test in October of 2016. So whatever, 9 years. Like it's literally so like literally haven't sat down for a test, but you have to go to like Pearson and do all the stuff. Jeremy, good final question. No, none of my athletes are doing the Service Cup. No one's even asked me about it. I haven't brought it up to them. So yeah. Favorite girl workout. I mean, it's got to be Cindy. I like Cindy. Oh, you know what? No, I was gonna say That's not a girl workout. That's a hero workout. Chief. Chief is probably my favorite like named workout. But my favorite girl workout is probably Cindy. It's just such a good workout. Low barrier to entry. You just get fucking sore. Like, it's good. I think I would like Chelsea more if I wasn't really good at Cindy. Like, Cindy's a really good workout for me. So I can do, like I think I have like a 27 round Cindy or something like that. Maybe 28, 27 and a half. So I do like Chelsea because it's a little longer. I like Helen a lot. Actually, I'm going to walk it back. I like Nancy. I think overhead squats. I like Nancy the most. Yeah, I'm gonna come back. I like Nancy. Naughty Nancy is my favorite CrossFit workout ever programmed. Um, like in any games, like ever. And I think the overhead squat is like the greatest single pattern in our sport. Not the most functional, but with a barbell, it is, right? So I think Nancy, 5 rounds, 400-meter run, 15 overhead squats. I think it's the one that's going to move the needle the most. But running Isabel is not a girl workout, so that doesn't count. Yeah, it's definitely it's Nancy for sure, and it's not even close. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, it's not even close. I think running is the testament to monostructural testing, and right, yeah, exactly. God, that would be fucking nuts. A cold 285 overhead squat. Oh my God, my life. I would be pretty content with like my life successes at that point. So yeah, it's Nancy for sure. No, I can't even get that bar overhead. No, I would for sure probably die. Like, not even an exaggeration. To put that on my shoulders on my front rack again, like I wouldn't be. It would be, yeah. I'd probably for sure throw another blood clot. Uh, no, I don't like to front squat anymore. I just feel funny when I do it. I have a lot of like anxiety and paranoia and like probably some PTSD with like anything sitting on my front rack that's really heavy. So anyways, not to get into like those things with however many people are watching this. So, yeah, Nancy is the answer by a lot. I love Nancy. It's such a great workout. I think overhead squatting is like the most broad spectrum barbell pattern that if you can do it, you're maintaining so many areas of functionality, shoulder range of motion, hip range of motion, ankle flexibility, upper thoracic, knee flexion, balance, coordination, etc. Like, it's not the lowest barrier to entry, and it's hard, which is probably the only drawback to it. But if you were like, I need to train one barbell movement forever, it's probably the overhead squat. Oh, that's not Nancy though. What? I don't even understand what that means. Like, all right. Anyways, all right. I gotta run. I gotta get Bennett up. Have a good day, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Good show. I love chatting with you guys. I enjoy doing this so much. I really do. This is such a cool thing that I get to do, and I'm glad that you guys enjoy it. Wish me luck. I'll see you on Friday. Claire will be back. We're trying to get some scheduling stuff down, and yeah, have a great one, and see you guys next time.